Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive as they age, while others feel stuck in the same routine, growing more discontent with each passing year? The secret often lies in the small, everyday habits we choose to nurture or neglect. After 65, when life slows down in many ways, it's easy to think personal growth or change is out of reach. But here's the truth. It's never too late to shape your life for the better. In fact, this phase of life is one of the best times to embrace habits that spark joy, build resilience, and lead to deeper fulfillment. In today's video, we'll explore why cultivating gratitude and 3 other life-changing habits can transform your perspective, relationships, and even your health. These are not just empty suggestions. They're grounded in real-life experiences and backed by research. I promise, by the time we're done, you'll see how adopting these habits can make your golden years some of the best yet. Cultivating gratitude. A simple habit with profound impact. When was the last time you paused to feel grateful? Not just for the big moments like family gatherings or milestones, but for the small, everyday things? Gratitude isn't just a nice idea or something you write in a card. It's a deeply transformative practice. After 65, when you've lived through decades of highs, lows, and everything in between, gratitude can shift your perspective in ways that ripple through every corner of your life. Think about it. As we age, it's easy to focus on what's been lost: youth, certain abilities, people we've loved, or opportunities we may have missed. But cultivating gratitude teaches us to focus on what remains and what we still have the power to create. Gratitude, in its essence, is about recognizing the gifts of the present moment. It's about finding joy in what is, rather than dwelling on what could have been. Gratitude and emotional resilience. One of the most profound ways gratitude changes your life is by building emotional resilience. Researchers have found that people who practice gratitude regularly experience lower levels of depression and anxiety. That's because gratitude rewires your brain to focus on positive aspects of life, making it easier to cope with challenges. Let's say you've been dealing with health issues or loneliness, 2 very common struggles after 65. By making gratitude a daily habit, you train your mind to notice even the smallest blessings, like the warmth of the sun on your face, the smile of a grandchild, or the beauty of a blooming flower. Here's a powerful way to start. Each morning or evening, think of 3 things you're grateful for. Write them down if you can. At first, they might seem repetitive. I'm grateful for my health, my family, my home. But as you stick with it, you'll start noticing subtler things: the kindness of a stranger, the taste of your morning coffee, or the sound of birds outside your window. Gratitude grows when you look for it. How gratitude strengthens relationships. Gratitude doesn't just benefit you. It transforms your relationships, too. When you express genuine appreciation to the people around you, it deepens bonds and fosters connection. After 65, relationships often take center stage as you have more time to reflect on their importance. A simple thank you to a spouse, child, or friend for something they've done can make them feel seen and valued. Here's a challenge. The next time you're with someone close to you, tell them something specific you appreciate about them. Not just "I'm glad you're here," but "I love how you always make me laugh," or "Thank you for listening to me when I needed it most." Watch how their face lights up. It's a reminder of the power of gratitude to bring people closer. Gratitude and physical health. Believe it or not, gratitude doesn't just impact your emotions. It also affects your physical health. Studies show that people who practice gratitude sleep better, have lower blood pressure, and experience fewer aches and pains. Why? Because gratitude reduces stress, which in turn improves overall health. If you're someone who has trouble sleeping, try this. Before bed, close your eyes and picture 3 things from your day that made you smile. Maybe it was a kind word, a peaceful walk, or a good meal. Let those moments fill your mind, replacing worries or regrets. It's a small habit, but over time, it rewires your brain to rest in a state of contentment. Finding gratitude in challenges. You might be wondering, how can you be grateful when life is hard? When loss, pain, or disappointment weighs heavy? gratitude feels almost impossible. But it's in these moments that gratitude becomes most powerful. It doesn't erase the pain, but it gives you a lifeline to hold on to. Here's an example. After losing a loved one, many people find it difficult to move forward. But some choose to focus on the memories they shared, the lessons they learned, and the love that remains in their heart. That's gratitude in action, not denying the loss, but finding light in the darkness. Living a grateful life, gratitude is not a one-time thing. It's a way of life. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. And here's the beautiful thing. The more grateful you are, the more you'll notice things to be grateful for. It's a cycle that feeds itself, creating a sense of abundance and joy. So, how can you start living a more grateful life today? Begin with small, intentional steps. Keep a gratitude journal. Share your appreciation with others. Or simply take a moment each day to reflect on what's good in your life. Gratitude is a choice, a powerful one that can transform how you experience your golden years. Habit 2. Embracing mindful presence. If cultivating gratitude helps you appreciate life's gifts, embracing mindful presence teaches you how to live fully in the moment. As we age, time feels like it speeds up. Years fly by in what feels like weeks, and before you know it, entire seasons of life have passed. But mindfulness offers us a way to slow things down and savor every experience. After 65, this practice can feel like a breath of fresh air, helping you not only enjoy your days more, but also find clarity and purpose in them. But let's start with what mindful presence really means. It's not about sitting cross-legged on a cushion for hours or achieving some mystical state of enlightenment. At its core, mindfulness is about paying attention to what's happening right now, without judgment or distraction. It's noticing the way your body feels as you sit in your favorite chair, the way the breeze moves through the trees outside your window, or the sound of your grandchild's laughter. It's about being here fully, instead of letting your mind wander to the past or future. The pitfall of living on autopilot. One of the biggest challenges of growing older is the tendency to fall into routines. We start living on autopilot, waking up, having coffee, going through the motions of the day, and barely noticing the world around us. After decades of life experience, it's easy to think you've seen it all before, that there's nothing new or exciting to discover. But the truth is, life is brimming with beauty and wonder if you're willing to slow down and pay attention. Take a moment to think about your day today. How much of it did you truly notice? Did you savor your breakfast? Or did you eat it while distracted? Did you notice the colors in the sky during sunrise? Or were you already lost in thought about your errands? This isn't to make you feel guilty. It's just to highlight how often we let life pass us by without truly engaging with it. Mindfulness invites you to break free from that autopilot mode. It's about reclaiming the richness of the present moment, even in the simplest experiences. The power of mindful listening. One of the most profound ways to practice mindfulness is through mindful listening. This is especially valuable in your relationships. After 65, your social circle might have shifted. Perhaps you're spending more time with close family, reconnecting with old friends, or even forming new bonds. Whatever the case, mindful listening can deepen these connections in ways you might not expect. Mindful listening means being fully present when someone is speaking without interrupting, judging, or thinking about what you're going to say next. It's harder than it sounds, but when you give someone your undivided attention, it's a gift. They feel heard, understood, and valued, and that kind of connection is priceless. The next time you're in a conversation, try this. Put away any distractions, make eye contact, and focus entirely on the other person's words. Notice the tone of their voice, the emotions they're expressing, and even the pauses between their sentences. Resist the urge to jump in with your own thoughts or advice. Instead, simply listen. You'll be amazed at how much closer you feel to them, and how much more meaningful your conversations become. Mindfulness in everyday activities. One of the best things about mindfulness is that you can practice it anywhere, anytime. You don't need a special setting or a lot of extra time. You can be mindful while washing dishes, folding laundry, or taking a walk. The key is to bring your full attention to the task at hand. noticing every detail as if you were experiencing it for the first time. For example, if you're washing dishes, feel the warmth of the water. Notice the way the soap bubbles shimmer in the light, and listen to the gentle sound of the water running. It might sound simple, or even silly, but this kind of focused attention can turn even mundane tasks into moments of calm and joy. Walking is another excellent opportunity for mindfulness. Instead of walking with your thoughts racing, try to focus on the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, and the sights and sounds around you. This practice not only helps you feel more grounded, but also allows you to fully appreciate the beauty of your surroundings. The health benefits of mindfulness, just like gratitude. Mindfulness has tangible health benefits. Studies have shown that mindfulness can lower stress levels, reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, and even improve memory and cognitive function. For older adults, it's a powerful tool for maintaining mental sharpness and emotional well-being. Mindfulness can also help with physical health. By paying attention to your body, you're more likely to notice subtle signs of discomfort or fatigue, allowing you to address issues before they become serious. And because mindfulness reduces stress, it can also lower blood pressure and improve heart health. How to get started with mindfulness? If you're new to mindfulness, start small. Set aside just 5 minutes a day to sit quietly and focus on your breath. You don't need to empty your mind or achieve a state of perfect calm. Just notice your breath as it comes in and out. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Over time, you can expand your practice by incorporating mindfulness into other activities like eating, walking, or spending time with loved ones. The more you practice, the more natural it will become, and the more you'll start to notice the profound impact it has on your life. The joy of being fully present ultimately. Mindfulness is about learning to live in the here and now. It's about savoring the simple pleasures of life, connecting deeply with the people you care about, and finding peace in the midst of whatever challenges come your way. After 65, when time feels more precious than ever, mindfulness offers a way to make every moment count. So, as you move forward, try to embrace mindful presence in your daily life. Notice the little things, listen deeply, and give yourself the gift of being fully present. You might be surprised at how much more vibrant and fulfilling your days become. Habit 3. Nurturing your inner self through lifelong learning and curiosity. As you grow older, it's tempting to believe the story society often tells us, that life after 65 is about slowing down, stepping back, and quietly fading into the background. But what if I told you that this stage of life could be one of the most enriching, vibrant, and intellectually stimulating times you've ever experienced? Nurturing your inner self is not just a poetic idea. It's a practice, a commitment to keeping the spark of curiosity alive. After all, the mind is like a garden. If you stop tending to it, weeds of monotony and apathy start to grow. But when you plant seeds of knowledge, creativity, and exploration, your inner world blossoms. The fear of stagnation, one of the greatest risks of aging, is falling into mental stagnation. After decades of routines, responsibilities, and perhaps even career-driven tunnel vision, many people find themselves at a crossroads. Without the structure of a 9-to-5 job or the constant demands of raising children, it's easy to feel untethered. Some might even feel a sense of irrelevance, as if their best days are behind them. But here's the truth. The mind thrives on growth. No matter how old you are, your brain remains capable of learning, adapting, and expanding. It's not about cramming for exams or chasing degrees. It's about embracing curiosity as a way of life. Think about the last time you learned something new, whether it was mastering a recipe, picking up a hobby, or even reading about a topic that fascinated you. Remember the feeling of excitement, the spark of discovery? That's the energy of a curious mind, and it's a gift you can give yourself at any age. The power of curiosity. Curiosity isn't just for children or academics. It's the secret ingredient to a fulfilling life. When you approach the world with curiosity, even the most ordinary experiences become extraordinary. A walk through the park transforms into a lesson in botany. A conversation with a neighbor becomes an opportunity to learn about their unique perspective. Even watching a documentary or reading an article can open up new worlds. After 65, curiosity takes on a new dimension. You're no longer bound by the pressures of career advancement or societal expectations. This is a time when you can explore interests purely for the joy of it. Always wanted to understand classical music? Dive into it. Curious about the stars? Explore astronomy. Wondering about your family history? Start a genealogy project. The possibilities are endless. Lifelong learning. It's never too late. One of the most inspiring things about nurturing your inner self is that it's never too late to start. There are countless stories of people who discovered new passions or achieved incredible milestones later in life. Take, for example, Anna Mary Robertson Moses, better known as Grandma Moses. She didn't start painting until she was in her late 70s, and yet she became one of America's most beloved folk artists. Or consider Harlan Sanders, better known as Colonel Sanders, who launched the KFC franchise in his 60s. These stories aren't exceptions. They're reminders that age is not a barrier to growth. In fact, your life experiences give you a unique perspective and depth that younger learners often lack. When you combine that wisdom with curiosity, you become unstoppable. Practical ways to nurture your inner self. So how can you start nurturing your inner self? Here are a few ideas. Rediscover your passions. Think back to the things you loved as a child or young adult but didn't have time for in the hustle of life. Was it painting, writing poetry, playing an instrument? Revisit those passions and see how they feel now. Explore new interests. Don't be afraid to try something completely new. Take a cooking class, learn a new language, or start a garden. The act of learning itself can be incredibly rewarding, even if you're a beginner. Read widely. Books are windows to other worlds. Whether you prefer fiction, biographies, or self-help, reading can transport you, teach you, and inspire you. Engage in creative expression. Creativity is one of the most powerful ways to nurture your inner self. Write, draw, dance, or craft, whatever brings you joy. Creativity isn't about being perfect. It's about expressing yourself. Stay open to new ideas. Challenge your assumptions and be willing to see things from different perspectives. This might mean listening to younger generations, exploring different cultures, or diving into subjects you know little about. The role of reflection, another important aspect of nurturing your inner self, is reflection. After 65, you have a wealth of experiences to draw from, and taking the time to reflect on them can be incredibly meaningful. What have you learned from your life so far? What values matter most to you? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Reflection doesn't mean dwelling on the past. It means learning from it. It's about understanding who you are, what you stand for, and how you want to spend the years ahead. When you combine reflection with curiosity, you gain both clarity and motivation to keep growing. Connection through curiosity. Curiosity isn't just a solo pursuit. It's also a powerful way to connect with others. When you're curious about people, you ask better questions, listen more deeply, and build stronger relationships. Whether it's learning from your grandchildren's youthful perspectives or sharing your own wisdom with friends, curiosity creates bonds that enrich your life. In a world that often undervalues older adults, cultivating curiosity is an act of empowerment. It's a way of saying, I'm still growing, still learning, and still engaged with life. And in doing so, you inspire others to see aging not as a decline, but as a rich and rewarding chapter. The gift of curiosity. When you nurture your inner self through curiosity and lifelong learning, you're giving yourself one of the greatest gifts imaginable. You're reminding yourself that life is a journey, not a destination, and that every step of the journey is worth savoring. So, as you move forward, ask yourself, what am I curious about? What do I want to explore? And how can I make today an opportunity to learn, grow, and connect?